Welcome to this episode of Superior Angling. This is going to be fun.
Look at this fish. That's the way to start the morning. And yes, that is a ripping wrap. And yes, we are in a mere 13 feet of water. Right now, this time of year, your lake trout push super shallow. That was one of our first casts of the morning and hooked up with a beauty. I mean, that thing, that's a 13, 14, 15 pound trout. Instantly, first cast for you with this.
Yep.
I love
fish too.
I love it. It's gonna get fun. Let's get this one back in the water and catch some more. All right, so as we mentioned, we are in very, very shallow water. You can clear as plain as day see bottom right behind me here. But when water temps get to that 50, 51, 52, a lot of lake trout push very, very shallow. And they're not shallow for long. About 1 to 2 weeks, they're up in this, you know, I mean, you can see them swimming around like 5 feet of water, there's lake trout, but you know, they're not up here for long. But right now today, they are up here, so we're gonna take advantage of it. So we have spinning gear. This is a Legend Tournament 7'1" medium heavy with the size 4000 Shimano. And we're gonna be casting rip and wrap, some swim baits and some other baits up here in the shallows for these lake trout. So pretty much what you wanna do, again, very clear water here on Lake Superior. So really, you know, really whip it out there and just kind of let it sink for 1 or 2 seconds. Then we're just going to start ripping it back to the boat. As the name implies, our rip and wrap, it makes lots of noise. This water is very clear out here, so lake trout see it from a long ways away. And just kind of work it back to the boat. So we're spot locked right now. You do have to be conscious of spooking fish when you're fishing them shallow like this. So you just don't want to go up onto a super shallow piece and drive all around and spook all those fish. So you gotta, there's one. You gotta be a little more subtle in kind of your boat maneuvering and presentation, but if you do it right like that, you're gonna get bit. And let me tell you, catching lake trout like this in 3 to 4 feet of water on spinning gear in ripping wraps is truly about as fun as it gets, because it's not often that you can do this. It's all about timing. Buster, you gonna grab the net for me, buddy? Look at that. Oh man, you know, catching fish trolling is always fun, but you just, you know, when the stars align, the weather conditions let you get out to, you know, far out places like this, and the water temps are right and your fish are shallow, you might as well take advantage of a spinning rod bite. That's a beautiful fish. Let's get him in the boat. Sweet! What a start. Out here on Lake Superior, all to ourselves. She just come unpinned, which is a good thing. Let's take a look at her. There we go. Not a Lake Superior giant by any means, but you know, I feel you're not really gonna get those giant fish in super shallow like this, but I mean, to really catch that fish on, on a 7-foot Synchro Legend Tournament spinning rod and a rip and wrap, I mean, what a special fish, what a special fishery to be able to do that. I love it. Let's get this fish back, and I think there's a few more behind us. Down she goes.
Grant.
What? Following it?
Yeah. Man, that was so cool. I watched that one hit. I'm just casting a Blitz blade bait, about an ounce, and kind of getting closer to the boat here. And you could see him coming from so far away. This water's so clear. And he kind of missed it at first. I just dropped it down a little bit and he smoked it. It's cool when it's so clear like that. All right, kind of cool fish there. This is just a silver 1 ounce blade bait here. I just got it on a simple casting rod and trying some different colors right now, but it's sun's out right now. It's obviously flat calm, and I like to use kind of a brighter silver color like this when it's sunny out. So I saw that one chasing it and dropped it down because he missed it right away, and smoked it right after that once I dropped it. So pretty cool fish. We'll get him unhooked and released here. All right, so I'm just fishing a silver 1 ounce blade bait here. Obviously we're just casting them out quite a ways, and it's pretty shallow, so you got to keep these things on the surface a little bit, or 10 feet down. And I could see the fish coming, and I watched him swipe at it once. He missed it, and I just dropped that bait, let it free fall down for 5 feet, gave it a quick pop there with the tip of the rod, and he swallowed it right there. And you could watch the whole thing. So if you see a fish following, just don't give up, kind of do something different with your retrieve, let it free fall. And that's what it took to get that one to bite. So that was pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Watched them fall to the boat, and then stopped it, and I just vertical jigged them, and took him about 3-4 pumps, and he finally took it. That works. Using a blade bait there, same thing Eggsy's using, and there we go. Nice fish. Send this one back.
All right, now when we're fishing shallow like this, there's a variety of baits that you can use. And again, there's never one right bait to use, but you can have your personal preferences, maybe have confidence in something, but you want to stay a little bit more lightweight. So, like a Storm 360 swim bait, or, more of like a Z-Man with a Callan's jig head there, but in that, half ounce range. I don't like to go much lighter than a half ounce, or even an ounce is good too. You get into that quarter or eighth ounce, like it just, as you guys can see, like it's super shallow, but it gets super deep right away too. So we want to be casting and kind of working baits up these ledges. So you want a bait that does fall, somewhat fast. So, a rip and wrap, as I caught my first fish on, Busker, Jeff, and Eggs there. We have our Blitz blades here, 1 ounce, and we even have, some up to 3-4 ounces too. So I'm going to switch over to a blade. It seems like they are working good. I might try that gold. They have a gold and a chrome color too. So, but there's just a variety of lures that you can use. I mean, a jigging wrap would work up here. There's no one right bait to use, but just use number one what you have confidence in. Number two, if you feel how the trout are, based on how they're biting, if one hookup percentage is better than the other. On a swim bait, you can put a big stinger hook in the back. So, if they're biting short, that might be the way to go. But right now, these fish are eating good. Blitz blades and rip and wraps are definitely the way to go. So, we're gonna tie one of these Blitz on and cast it out there, and hopefully see some more fish to come. But this is pretty fun action in super shallow water, very unique bite. And again, it's all about timing. You could come here next week and they won't be here, right? Or you very well, they very well couldn't have been here today and they could be here next week. So you just never know. It's just one of those things you have to get out here and try. We didn't have this planned. I didn't know how we were going to fish coming into today, but it's super cool when you can take advantage of a shallow bite like this. That feels like a better one. There's good head shakes there. Awesome. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's a better fish. That's a better, whoa, 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 whoa. That Shimano's singing. This is what I like about shallow water fish, is they are so energetic and spunky and just, listen to that drag. That's not a loose drag either, man. That's a good drag. And this is gonna be a really good fish. But these fish are shallow. They are so energetic. They're up here just eating bugs. We can see them. It's hard to capture on camera, but every now and then we see the tail of a lake trout. Their tails are out of the water. That's how shallow these fish are. So they're up here for food. It's just that time of year where you start to get some bugs on the surface. This fish is giving me a run for my money. This 7-1 medium heavy it allows for a fun fight, let me tell you that much. 20-pound braid down to a 15-pound fluorocarbon leader. That seems like a really good balance. You never know. I don't expect to see giants in here today, so using lighter weight gear like this is just it's hard to beat. It's hard to beat the fun and excitement of lightweight gear. This could be a big fish though. He's staying down. That's a big one. I can see it down there, man. This is a big fish. Holy cow, look at those fins. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Let's get in the RS nets there, and right there is total success. That's a fish well into that 15-pound range on a synchro spinning rod in 5 to 10 feet of water on Lake Superior in June. Thanks for the nut job, Eggsy.
That's a sweet fish.
That's a big fish. I love the colors on it. Let's take a look at it. Look at this fish. Let's just get her unpinned here. Just one hook of the blitz blade in her mouth. And look at that lake trout. That is a chunky, chunky lake trout. Maybe not 15, but definitely over 10. Look at the huge fins on her, the girth, just the character, the colors. This is a true, you know, just gorgeous trophy Lake Superior lake trout. Just kind of your stereotypical, just big fins, not a mark on her, old looking, you know, that's a very special fish. Let's get a quick picture because I like the way this one looks and get her back in the water. Unreal.
It is so fun. Literally cast it, close the bail, one pump, and bam. Little guy, but still fun. Look at him down there. So cool. This is the same bait that Grant's using, that white with the black back, red dots there. Small guy, but I'll take it. Fun on a walleye rod, that's for sure. I just cast it like I'm doing now. Close the bail, maybe gave it a couple seconds, so I don't think I'm on bottom, but just sit there and pop it, let it fall back, pop it. And that fish actually hit it. A lot of the other fish are just hanging on to it or whatnot, but that one hit it pretty good.
Fish. That feels like a decent one too. Man, not a minute and a half, 2 minutes after. That one hit a little bit closer to the boat. So again, it feels like another good fish. Stand down. They just whack those blade baits, man. So kind of you cast out and you kind of just rip it and snap it back to you. Let that bait sink to bottom. If you're a little bit deeper, man, I can see this fish. It's like 20 feet down there. It is so cool. Oh, unbelievable. I just love Lake Superior, man. I love Lake Superior. And yes, right now there's fish biting out in 100, 200 feet of water. You can troll, you can kind of fish wherever, but you know, for me, it's fun being up here in shallow water on spinning gear. But you're just kind of popping that back, and you'll either see your line stop or you'll feel dead weight, and boom, you got them pegged. Hookup ratio on the blade baits is really good too. This fish is just giving me the beans. It is so cool to see bottom and see this fish just fight its way back to bottom in this clear water. Lake trout, just when you hook them, they want to go down, and they do all they can to get down there. It is so magical. That's a pretty, pretty, pretty fish. Wow. That's a workout. That gets your arms sore, that gets your heart going. It is so fun, so exciting. Let's take a look at this one. Look at that fish right there, man. Wow. Wow is all you can see about that fish. And look at, she ate that blade bait good. A little bit of blood, but I think she'll release okay. That fish is just impeccable. A gorgeous design. Takes your breath away, the beauty of these trout. Man, wow, what a rush. 1 ounce blitz blade, medium heavy spinning rod. You're in for a fun time. I like that. This one's got a little bit of white on it. I've been switching up a little bit, but that's 2 fish on this white one with some red dots on it. Again, you can never go wrong with white for lake trout. I don't think they're too color specific, but it's just kind of where my confidence is in white with a kind of a black back on there. So heck of a bait, heck of a fish. All right, keep in mind when fishing shallow like this, your boat positioning has a direct connection to how much success you're gonna have. You know, we're fishing, again, very shallow, 5, 10, 15, 20 feet of water. These trout will spook. Lake Superior is a very clear body of water, and especially out here where we are today, like there's no mud lines, there's no nothing, it's gin clear water. So as we work up on a piece of structure, your fish are gonna spook off to the sides. Now I'm very leery, I just don't wanna take my big motor and drive all around, because what you're gonna do is spook all those fish off, and it's gonna take them. Yes, they'll come back up on it and they'll eat, but it's gonna, you know, it's gonna ruin your fishing for an hour or two. So what we do is we start back off it and take our bow mount and work up onto the structure. So if you have any wind, what you want to do is get downwind and work into the wind, because you're going to have more boat control when you do that. So it's really just keeping in mind, you just don't want to bomb up onto a piece of structure because you're going to spook everything. Make long casts up onto it. You can see the change in the water color out here on a sunny day. You can see those super shallow spots. That's where these lake trout have been today. So it really just pays dividends to kind of slow down your approach, take it easy, and ease into these shallow water areas so you don't spook the fish and you have the greatest chance of success.
What a beauty looking trout. We're gonna get these ones back and get after it. They're pretty stacked up right now.
We gotta hit it on the fall. When you get those days like today where it was sunny earlier and you know, it just kind of warms up the shallower water here, everything just kind of starts to come alive. You get bug slicks out here, and the whole ecosystem just kind of comes alive when those water temps get warm and you have a sunny day like we had this morning. A little more cloud cover right now, but we're still on the fish. They're just starting to transition a little bit deeper. Another nice one here. I'll let you net them for me, bud. Man, what a day. What a day. I mean, just, you just come unbuttoned. What a day we've had. I mean, and I think we're gonna end here on this one. My arm's sore. I don't know about yours.
You bet.
But my arm is sore. I ended on a nice 2-3 pounder. We'll get that guy back, but I mean, that's just what you can experience. I mean, coming out here on Lake Superior, just kind of taking a chance. We didn't even come out here with rod holders or downriggers. Like, we wanted to be forced to jig or to cast today. We had heavy Bondi rods in the boat to fish deep, but we said, hey, let's just try shallow. Let's see if there's fish going shallow, because you never know if they're going to be or not. But it's fun just to have the gear, bring the gear with you. We have the boat to, you know, to fish like this with our bow mount trolling motor. We can get in here and weasel in between the rocks and, you know, really be productive in fishing that shallow depth. So from Eggsy, Busker, Jeff, and I, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.